What's going on, guys? Kev here, and welcome back to another video. And if you watched my channel update, you guys will know I just recorded this right after. But if you guys don't, what's up? Today's a new day. It is currently the 6th of September at 10:51 p.m. And today we're going to look at the Ballon shortlist and who I think is going to win and who had a good season. Listen, I'll be realistic. I'm not going to be a fanboy. I'll be realistic. And if you guys give me good enough debate, I'll listen to the debate. So comment your opinions, your opinions on who do you think is going to win the Ballon d'Or. Listen, it's either Haaland or Messi, but we're going to go through the short list and I'll see. Obviously, we know the big two, but I'm going to talk about everyone's season up to now and how I know. Okay. So far, the men's Ballon d'Or, the short list I'm looking at Twitter right now. I'm going to not do the women's because I don't know much about the women's game, but I think this season, I think realistically, who can I think, how do I even pronounce her name? Aitana Bonmati. I think she had a really good World Cup, and I think she had a pretty good season for Barcelona too. I mean, a lot of these guys are Barcelona players. I can recognize some of the names. Papito. I think Papito. She plays for Barcelona. I think she's a defender, if I'm correct. I don't know. You guys hear the AC in the background? I apologize. It's so hot, and you guys see the new. Listen, bro. Like, I can't do with the stand. Like, I'd rather hold it, talk, look, be interactive. So the men's Ballon d'Or shortlist consists of Julian Alvarez, the Manchester City Argentina striker, Nicola Varela, Italy and Inter play midfielder. I'll just say the clubs instead because the position they play that position. Jude Bellingham. So how it works before I continue, the Ballon d'Or, last Ballon d'Or, Karim Benzema won it, but that was before the World Cup. So this consists of this season 2022 to 2023, the season and the World Cup up to now. I don't know when it's supposed to end. I think it's supposed to end by the end of the season, but I think for everyone it's gonna be different. So Alvarez, Varela, Jude Bellingham, ex Dortmund, English international, and now currently playing for Los Galacticos Real Madrid. Listen, hold up. I think I might turn off the AC actually because it is not loud. I want it to be like a bit tinkly. But let me repeat this. It's so hot in New York. It's like 90 degrees. It was gonna go down, but it went up. Like, it's crazy. Next is Jude Bellingham. I think I'm gonna do the Copa Trophy too because it's kind of interesting. Next we have Karim Benzema, last year's winner, of course, current French international. It's iffy on that. Ex Real Madrid, current Al Ittihad striker. Yassine Bono, ex Sevilla, current Moroccan international, had a splendid World Cup, and current Al Hilal goalkeeper, just got signed a few seasons ago. Okay, Kevin De Bruyne, Manchester City and Belgium international. Ruben Diaz, Manchester City and Portuguese international. Antoine Griezmann, French international. Current club is Atletico de Madrid. They just finalized the buy of Griezmann from Barcelona because he was on loan there technically last season. Ilkay Gundogan, current Manchester City. No. Current Barcelona, ex-City, current German international. Josko Guardiola. Yeah. Ex Red Bull. I'm gonna butcher. Ex RB Leipzig. Current Manchester City and current Croatian international. He had a really up-and-coming World Cup. Next is Erling Braut Haaland, the Norwegian, current Manchester City striker. I don't know. I want to make it tinglier. If I do that now, I think it's just up to me. Okay. Anyways, Harry Kane, ex Spurs, ex Tottenham Hotspurs, current Bayern Munich striker, current English international. Randal Kolo Muani, current French international, ex Frankfurt, current Paris Saint-Germain striker. Oh my god. Kvichka Kvaratskhelia, current Georgian international, current Napoli right winger. Robert Lewandowski, current Football Club Barcelona striker, also Polish international. Emiliano Martinez, current Aston Villa goalkeeper, current Argentine international. Along next on the list is Lautaro Martinez, current Argentinian national, Argentine national, international. Current Inter Milano striker, Kylian Mbappe, current French international, current PSG striker. Lionel Messi, of course, we know, current Argentine international, ex Paris Saint-Germain, current Inter Miami Club de Fútbol. What? Club de Fútbol, no? It's CF, right? Or it's FC? Inter Miami FC. I think it's... I don't actually know. It's Inter Miami. Okay, anyways. Kim Min-jae, current South Korean international, ex-Napoli defender, current Bayern Munich defender. Luka Modric, current Croatian international. I think he's still playing for Croatia. And current Real Madrid player. Jamal Musiala, current German, current Bayern Munich. Martin Odegaard, current Arsenal, current Norwegian. Andrew Onana, ex-Inter, current Manchester United, current Cameroon. Actually, he just went out of retirement to help Cameroon qualify. I saw it on Instagram a few days ago. Today is the 6th, by the way. I don't know if I said that. Next is Victor Osimhen, current Nigerian striker, current Napoli striker. Rodri, current Spanish international, current City player. Bukayo Saka, current Arsenal golden boy. And English international, Mohamed Salah. As of right now, I think he's gonna stay, but current Liverpool, current Egyptian international, Ben Bernardo Silva, current Portuguese, current City, almost went to Barca. Vinicius Jr., current jugador de la Selección Brazil, and current merengue at Real Madrid. I'm gonna rant, you guys. So if you're gonna go clean your room, This is like ASMR for me. I like, obviously, if you want to sleep to this, perfect. If you guys want to actually listen and like be interactive, go clean your room. Like, I don't care what time you're listening to this. Go clean your room, go to the bathroom, I don't know, go do your homework. I don't know, I can't watch ASMR when I do homework. It just makes me weird. But I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be realistic, and this is my opinion. You guys can always put your opinions, your debates in the comments. I would love to see, because I love interacting with different people about the same things I'm thinking about. Of course, we all know there's the two. Lionel Andres Messi versus Erling Braut Haaland. But that's in the end of the video. You guys want to skip that? Perfect, if you guys do. Okay. Why they're nominated? Well, Nicola Varela, of course. Okay, how do I want to do this? I can just go down the list, right? Julian Alvarez. Technically, if it's no, he went to City in June. Of course, Alvarez was always on City's radar, from what I could tell. Obviously, then he scored 6 goals against Alianza Lima in the Copa Libertadores. And they were like, we gotta buy him. He also was a breakout star in La Copa America. I believe he played a few minutes. I'm not too sure. Of course, Copa America winner, Finalissimo winner at that time. Copa Libertadores, when he won everything with River Plate. It's so crazy. Outstanding World Cup. Breakout star. Everyone thought Lautaro Martinez was gonna be a breakout star. I personally feel bad for Lautaro Martinez, but Julian Alvarez broke out. He did amazing as a striker, and he had a pretty good season with City too, winning the treble. Of course, a lot of these guys are City players. A lot of them are Argentinian internationals. A lot of them are those types. So I'm gonna have to be honest. Julian Alvarez breakout season. I don't think that's enough for the Ballon d'Or. Nicola Varela, Italian international, Inter Milan player. Of course, they won the Coppa Italia. Inter. I believe they, I'm going to check actually, because I don't want to do cuts. I'm going to do, you guys can hear the tingliness. Okay. Serie table. I think Inter they got third, I think. They get third. Okay. I'm going to refer back to that. Inter in third. They won the Coppa Italia, but they lost in the Champions League final against Manchester City. Not enough. A lot of these players I don't know enough, but I will give them. They deserve to be recognized. Who was the best goalkeeper this season? Shoot, out of this list, damn. Well, I'll talk about it at the end of the video of what means more to me. Of course, when I do it, the Messi versus Haaland debate is gonna be a little different. Next is Jude Bellingham. Obviously, I wanted to do a Copa Trophy player, but I think I'll just do it in a separate video because it's gonna be a lot shorter. Jude Bellingham. Actually, since we're both here, the Copa Trophy, I think he might win it against Musiala, because honestly I don't see Pedri and Gavi as good, like amazing candidates either. I know they both won La Liga, the Super Cup, and Gavi technically won the Nations League, but Bellingham was a different breed last season, especially when he had a good breakout World Cup, debut World Cup. But the chances of him winning it went, obviously with the Taylor Swift thing. If you don't know, just search on Twitter, Taylor Swift, Alejandro Balde. It's kind of dumb. It's so dumb, bro. It's really dumb. That's crazy though. Like, I can't even imagine. Like imagine winning all your being 70% about to win and then boom. But Bellingham, good season. I adore him last season. If he did clinch the title at the last day, that would have been a different conversation. But he's currently doing really good for Real Madrid right now. I know the season doesn't count, but last season he had a pretty good solid. He had a good debut World Cup. He had a really good season with Dortmund. I don't know if that's enough though for the Copa Trophy. For the Karim Benzema, the thing is, Real Madrid, he didn't play the World Cup. He was out injured, and he could have played the World Cup final, but of course Didier Deschamps kind of threw him out, and Benzema was like, nah, you know what, screw that, bro, because Benzema could have really played in the World Cup final. No, he would have been a big difference, but he was coming off a big injury too. I don't know. For Real Madrid, they won the Club World Cup. Of course, he is the current Ballon holder. Club World Cup, and then they won the Copa del Rey. They were second in La Liga. I think they were third. I don't know, but they didn't win the title, so his chances are a lot lower, especially since he didn't play in the World Cup. A lot of these players that play in the World Cup. This is Nicolo Barella, Italy didn't qualify. Yassine Bonu, pretty average season with Sevilla, to be honest. The Yasin Trophy is gonna be really competitive. I think I'll do the Copa Trophy and the Yasin Trophy in another video. Honestly, there's a lot to talk about, because I am an outsider fan. I'm not a diehard fan like I used to. So from what I see from stats, what I see from games, what I see from Twitter, Insta, that's how my influence is. Obviously, I've seen most of these players play in the World Cup, and then obviously a one-off, maybe 2, 3, 4 matches throughout the season. So you have to give me that. Yassine Bonu, he had a pretty average season with Sevilla, of course winning the Europa League, but they almost got relegated. Sevilla were in the relegation race for a good chunk of the season until international duty. He had a splendid World Cup, guiding Morocco to. That's crazy. I just realized Hakimi's not on the list. That's crazy. Hakimi, I think, had a pretty decent season too. That's crazy, but I think it's just not doing more with PSG. But yeah, Bono, really good World Cup. Morocco semi-final, first African team to even reach the semis, and they could have went to the final too. It was really contested. But yeah, good season, really good season. I mean, as a goalkeeper, Europa League, and they also did win the. Oh my God, I know it technically counts for this season, but he won the new. So Europa League winners can face the Copa Sudamericana winners from CONMEBOL for a trophy. I forgot what it was called, but they play against Independiente del Valle, the current Sudamericana winners, and Sevilla won. I think on penalty. I know it doesn't count, but that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool thing if you guys didn't know that. Kevin De Bruyne, really good season with City. Literally, really good season, but really disappointing World Cup which really killed his chances. Obviously, a lot of these guys are City players, so they all share the same accolades in that sense. Whatever they did throughout the season, but it all must have happened on the world stage. De Bruyne, if he did better in the World Cup, I feel like his odds would have been so much higher, but sadly they're not. Really good season. Kevin De Bruyne has been putting up numbers for years at City under Pep Guardiola. Crazy. Really good season. Of course, treble winner. But Belgium did get knocked out in the World Cup in the group stage, so that really killed his chances. Ruben Diaz, treble winner as well, alongside KDB. He had a good World Cup, reaching the quarterfinals of the defenders never win it, so I'm gonna mostly focus on the attackers. Antoine Griezmann, actually I have to search up the stat. Where did 22? You guys can hear it. Actually, no, let me do it a little closer. I don't know. Atletico. I just want to see where Atletico. Okay, so it's right. Yeah. So Barcelona first, Madrid second, Atletico Madrid third. Okay. I just wanted to Antoine Griezmann, really good World Cup. He had a his better World Cup was in 2018. He had a decent World Cup. Put up really good numbers for Atletico Madrid this season. Of course, reaching third in Europe. What did they reach in Europe? They lost pretty early, I think. I'm genuinely trying to think. They lost early. Did they qualify for Europe? I can't remember. But Griezmann, not enough World Cup. But he did get subbed out in the 40th minute of the World Cup final, which means he was just playing bad. But Griezmann, as an attacker, he had a really good season. Not his best season, nowhere close, but he had a pretty good solid season. And yeah, the World Cup elevated his status, but of course no accolades for Atletico Madrid this season. El Gundogan, of course, treble winner, current Barcelona player, but treble winner. And Germany got knocked out in the group stage, so it killed his chances. When I mean killed his chances, I literally mean, like, of course this is the World Cup in the season, because the World Cup was in the middle of the season. So a lot of these players had pretty average World Cups or in good club seasons, or vice versa. Good one. Sad. That's crazy that Germany got knocked out. Next is Josko Guardiol, of course, current City player now. He had a pretty decent season with RB Leipzig. I think they won the you guys are gonna hear me type again. Won the DFB Pokal. Who won it last season? It was RB Leipzig. Okay, so last season he won the DFB Pokal. I'm guessing he had a really good season. Obviously, I don't know much about the stats, so I don't know about defenders. I don't know much about the Bundesliga, so I'm just going off what people said. Good season with RB Leipzig, winning a trophy, winning another cup. Had a spectacular debut World Cup. Excuse me. Good debut World Cup. And of course, reaching semifinals, getting third place in the World Cup. One of the best defenders of the season. Of course, that's the reason he had one of the reasons he got his big money move to Manchester City. Good season. I don't know how to rate these guys, because it's not like a 1 or 2 or 3. Because obviously, if you really want me, I don't even know how I'm supposed to rate these guys, because like everything's like. Remember, the people who pick are actual international team captains. So I mean, I'm gonna go through all that at the end. Next is Erling Haaland, treble winner, Premier League Golden Boot, won the record. He beat the highest goal scoring record for in a Premier League season. He had a pretty decent he had a good Champions League 1 and 2, but he didn't score in the semis nor the final, which greatly affected his chances too. And remember, he didn't have a World Cup. Of course, Norway didn't qualify. Let's say if Norway did qualify and he did something there, or or they got to the round of 16, that would have been something huge for his Ballon d'Or rating. How many? Okay. Let me count really quickly. How many players in this team did not go to the World Cup? 1, 2, 3, Okay, 6 players. Damn. I mean, they had really good club seasons. Erling Haaland, nothing with Norway, but that's really the debate for the end. Next is Harry Kane, decent World Cup. Pretty average season at Spurs, no trophies, which always kills his chances. I'm glad he went to Bayern Munich. Sadly, he lost the Super Cup against RB Leipzig, but we all want him to win a trophy, bro. Like, he deserves it, bro. He's one of the best strikers of his generation. This current of the I don't know. Like, the thing is, he's not in Suarez's or Lewandowski or Benzema's generation, kind of. I don't know, for generation, it's like every 5 years, I think. I don't know. I mean, everyone can have their own debate. Colomwani, pretty good season with Frankfurt. Of course, he had a World Cup. Of course, almost scoring the winner in the 120th minute. And yeah, like, when did he win Frankfurt? I think 19 win the Europa League. And that wasn't last season. Yeah, he had pretty much a solid club season and a pretty good World Cup debut World Cup as well. Crazy, bro. Kivska Kvaratskhelia, amazing debut season with wait, was I holding the mic wrong? No, it's the same thing. Amazing debut Serie A season, won La Serie A. I think they only got one pretty decent. They did pretty decent in the Champions League too. Of course, no World Cup kills his chances as they didn't win the cup either. But like, Napoli this season were like, it's crazy. I was always rooting for Napoli because, but they were always like second, but they were always so close. Dibu Emiliano, technically it's Damian Emiliano Martinez, El Dibu Martinez. This season, Aston Villa got they got European football. Dibu Martinez to me, he does not, like, to me, he was not the best goalkeeper in the tournament. To me, he was not in the World Cup. He was not. He is a World Cup winner. He did help Aston Villa reach European football. And he had a pretty decent amount of clean sheets last season too. But let's talk about the World Cup. Wow. Not being biased, he did not deserve it. I feel like any other keeper should have deserved it. Not Lloris. Hell no, not Lloris. Maybe, I really can't think of, but of course he was crucial in the penalty shootouts. But he let a lot of goals in. That's the thing, against Netherlands. Those 2 goals. Australia, that 1 goal, but that was a really good shot. And I mean, he is a clutch player, but most of the goals shouldn't have gone in. Especially in the final, bro. The final really kind of decided he does not deserve it because he let in 3 goals. I know 2 of them were penalties, and 1 was a super good volley from Kylian Mbappe. But bro, like, he didn't deserve it. I don't think I personally feel like he deserved it. I'm trying to think of somebody who did, but I can't really put an argument with that. So, can he win the Yasin Trophy this season? I don't think so. Because obviously we look at the leagues and stuff, but we gotta look at the cup competitions too, bro. If you reach the final, semi-final, no, he didn't do that either. So it's kind of like, Next, Lautaro Martinez. Had a horrible World Cup. I genuinely feel bad for him because obviously he scored 2 offside goals against Saudi Arabia. My Spanglish comes out sometimes when I talk about Argentina. Interesting. But listen, he had a really disappointing World Cup, which to me was really disappointing to see because I've always liked Lautaro Martinez ever since he broke out into the Argentinian national team in the 2019 Copa America. I knew he was gonna be something special for the Albiceleste. And bro, it sucks. Like, his motivation was killed because of those offside goals. Then he just didn't perform. He just didn't perform up to that caliber again. Of course, he had a good Serie A season, 3rd with Inter. They won the Coppa Italia. He scored in the final, but he did not win the Champions League, which killed his chances too. But the World Cup, let's talk about it. Like, he had this disappointing World Cup. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was really sad to see, but hopefully he had a Copa America next season. But Julian is really like, the thing is, Julian, they both have different play styles, but I really like Julian. Most likely people, damn, everyone say Julian's gonna be the better striker, or he should start for the Albiceleste because of that. But that's really interesting. That's interesting. That's just interesting to me. This to me is just interesting. Good season, not enough, sadly. Kylian Mbappe. See, I'm gonna talk about PSG after. He had a good season. He won Ligue 1. He won the Trophy de Champ. He got the World Cup Golden Boot, and he reached the World Cup final. Ended up losing it, but Mbappe. I feel like Mbappe. Let me fix myself. I feel like Mbappe could be third. I'm trying to think of another. Like, either it has to be KDB, Kylian Mbappe, or Bernardo Silva for third, man. Like, I can't really think of another player. I'm like, looking at the list. No other player kind of deserves it at this moment. But yeah, Messi, Mbappe, good season. I think he could come third. I really simply think he can come third or second. Second is kicking it because, he didn't win. He won 2 trophies compared to, well, it's comparable. Because when I talk about his accolades, I have to talk about Messi's accolades, because that's kind of how it works. Lionel Messi, World Cup Golden Ball, World Cup winner. He also won with PSG the Trophy de Champ, which is the French Super Cup, and Ligue 1. Yeah, he won the League Cup, but I don't know if that technically counts. That's interesting. I don't know if it counts, but let's just say it doesn't. It's still good season. Messi's peak is peak, man. I'm telling you. Kim Min-jae, South Korea. Did he play in the World Cup? I can't remember. Of course, they got to the round at 16 of the World Cup. Got destroyed by Brazil. One with Napoli, good defender. Out of the best defenders, I think is gonna. Most likely, easily go to Ruben. I think the best defender is gonna go to Ruben Diaz. I just sense it, bro. Anyways, Luka Modric, World Cup third place, had a decent season with Madrid, Club World Cup, and a Copa del Rey. He had a good season at his age. Still kicking. He's not kicking the bucket anytime soon. Good season. Jamal Musiala, breakouts debut World Cup. Of course, Germany did not even get out of the group. They got grouped. Crazy. He won the Bundesliga last year. I can't think of the Super Cups because I can't really remember. But he scored the winning goal to win Bayern the title on the last day of the season against. I can't remember think who it was. But yeah, they beat Dortmund to it. It was crazy. So Dortmund. Any other Dortmund players? No, there's not. Damn, Musiala was the only one. But yeah, I'm not Musiala. Bellingham. Musiala is really good for the Copa Trophy too. It's really debatable. Martin Odegaard, of course, decent, really good campaign last season. No World Cup, and they got knocked out of Europe really early by Sporting Lisboa or Sporting Lisbon in, I think it was around 16. It was around 16 on penalties. And he got second in the Prem. So yeah, good season. Not enough, nowhere close for a Ballon d'Or. Of course, a Ballon d'Or is very biased. Nobody really takes it seriously anymore, but it is what it is. Victor Osimhen. Oh, no, I missed one. Andre Onana. Cameroon. Was Cameroon in the World Cup? It wasn't the World Cup. No, did he play in the World Cup? I don't remember. Okay, honestly, bro. Onana, Inter. No. No, yeah, Inter, of course, Coppa Italia, third, and then Champions League final, and then I can't remember if he won for Cameroon, but I don't think he's gonna win the Yasin Trophy either. Good season, like a really good season, but did he play for Cameroon? I know Cameroon got grouped either way, so it's kind of like a thing. Solid keeper, especially after his 1 year ban because of I forgot what it was at Ajax. Crazy. Victor Osimhen. One, I think he was the City goal scorer. I'm not too sure. Of course, okay. He won the City out with Napoli. Amazing campaign for Osimhen. Amazing campaign. No World Cup though. Killed his chances. Rodri, Spain. They got knocked out of the round 16. Treble winner. I think there's the middle fielder too. I don't know who's gonna win that. It could honestly be. I think KDB is gonna win the best. Either Bellingham or KDB is gonna win the best midfielder. I don't really see Roger, but I mean Roger could easily have a go for it. I see it. He was scoring the Champions League final too, which is a big thing. He also wins the Nations League. The thing is, right? Technically does not count. I don't know if that counts though. I think he's a Nation League winner. Bukayo Saka, same boat as Odegaard, but he had a good England campaign, reaching the quarterfinals in his debut World Cup. Mohamed Salah, decent campaign with Liverpool. Of course, no World Cup because Egypt didn't even qualify, losing to Senegal in the qualification, in the playoffs, in the AFCON qualification playoff to reach the World Cup because it's a 2-off game. Lost to Senegal, making Sadio Mane. He's the only Liverpool player on this team, right? I think he is. Crazy. He probably put up numbers, but I don't think he was even close. Bernardo Silva, like Ruben Diaz. Bernardo Silva was crazy last season. He was so good, and he had a pretty good campaign with Portugal. If Haaland didn't have such a good season, I could see Silva winning it. And Vinicius Jr., same thing as Modric. He was really good last season in La Liga. But remember with Brazil in the World Cup, the quarterfinals, and then they just lost. So let's talk about what I think. Of course, individual accolades could be one thing because I know Messi won the IFFHS award, sport award. I don't know what it is. Let's talk about it. Well, I think Messi is gonna win. Messi is gonna win the Ballon d'Or because, well, obviously it's voted by the fans, it's voted by the captains of the national teams, and of course, let's start with Haaland. As I mentioned, he won everything. He won the treble. He has the golden boot. But remember, he has most of the best city players on this list. Kevin De Bruyne had such a good season. Jack Grealish had a really good season once he adapted this season. Because of Guardiola, I was watching a HITC 7's video about it, and Grealish he's the only reason he starts is because he adapted so well to Pep Guardiola's tactics. Bernardo Silva had such a good season. The entire City team had a pretty good season. Of course, winning a treble, but what kills Haaland's chances? Listen, I'll be realistic. He had no World Cup. I'm so sorry. Damn, I drank soda before this, so my bad. I don't think Haaland's gonna win it because obviously he had a lot of help. It was an individual effort. Plus, a lot of his teammates are on this list, but he had no World Cup, man. He had no World Cup. Wait, who won the European Player of the Season? Should I search that up? Might have been Haaland. The year in 2023. There we go. Erling Braut Haaland wins the UEFA Men's Player of the Year award. Okay. Oh wow. I did not see this. Okay. So that's crazy. So how it is out right now at the results of the votes, obviously Haaland won with 352 points. Lionel Messi was second with 227 points. Next is KDB with 225, and then Gundogan at 129, Rodri 110, Mbappe 82, Modric 33, Marcelo Brozovic with 20, Declan Rice with 14, Alexis McAllister with 12, and Jesus Navas with 6. That's interesting. Of course, damn. I can understand it because seriously, Haaland had such a good campaign, but like, I'm not even gonna like deny that he had a good campaign. Why did Haaland win the vote? Haaland could not stop scoring his first season at City with an impressive 12 in the Champions League, 4 more than his nearest challenger, Liverpool's Mohamed Salah. That's why. He became the third player to score 5 in a game. He had a record 36 in the Premier League, a tally that is with 4 hat tricks. He had a 48 goals. Damn, 48 goals this season. Oh wait, this doesn't even tell me the cups. Damn. Why was he chosen? I'm reading this. It's coaches and journalists. Who was last year's winning? Karim Benzema. That's interesting. That's super interesting. Okay, back to my thing. Of course, Haaland, he had no World Cup. That's the only reason I feel like it didn't even, like, they can consider him, obviously, such a good player, such a good season, but he had no international play. He had no World Cup, which killed his chances. Obviously, breakout season for season City, he's literally a machine, but I don't feel that's enough. Because I think it was in what year was it? I was robbed. But like a lot of players, for example, like a lot of the players who deserve it don't really get it. For example, I'm trying to think of a player. I think Zinedine Zidane. He should have won it in 2006, but Fabio Cannavaro won it, and he was in Serie B with Juventus. I watched the video on this. That's why. Thank you, whoever. I forgot what video it was, but. Of course, 2020, he was in Serie B, but he won the World Cup there. Boom. 2010, who was in 2010 doesn't really count, bro. That was, I think Messi won it that season, I don't remember. 2014, doesn't count. 2018. 2018, who won in 2018, was it? I think it was Luka Modric, he was a World Cup finalist, but he had a really good season with Madrid too. Most of the thing, it counts on international play. That's the thing. That's realistically the thing. He didn't have an international season. I don't even think they even did anything in the Nations League. Even Odegaard, that's why it kills both of their chances. Of course, Odegaard had won nothing with Arsenal last season. I mean, my little beard, I just had to. He was really proud of the world, but now to Messi. The thing is, Messi's season was all over the place. Haaland, I don't think he's gonna win it. If he does, congratulations. What a stellar season. But just because of how the Ballon d'Or is based, and obviously, listen, there's favoritism towards Messi, but some of the times he deserves it, especially now this season, he deserves it more than anything. Let's start off. He won the Trophy of the Champ. He scored in the final. I want to see what kills his chances at the end. I'm gonna say this. He started off the campaign pretty strong, actually. He really did. But the World Cup is where he shined. He second. How many goals did he score? I'm trying to think. He scored one. He scored 7 goals in the World Cup, 1 behind Kylian Mbappe. He won the Golden Ball in the World Cup. Top assister. No, not top assister. I'm not too sure about top assister. But he also won the World Cup. And as a captain, too. Amazing. And into that season, he did have a 36 streak unbeaten. Argentina had a 36 game unbeaten streak. Of course, it broke. But, I should come for technically, it's for the season. It's whatever is. So I think technically the season started in August. They had 2 international friends. They had against Jamaica, and against Costa Rica, and against one game against, I think it was the UAE. Was it UAE? I think it was the UAE before the World Cup. So that's 3 matches. Messi won. He won all of them. He scored in all the games. Because I remember I went to the game in Jamaica. He scored 2 goals. He was sick. So imagine that. When I'm sick, I could barely even get up. But World Cup, stellar. Of course, he did end up winning Ligue 1. Shit, that shit was loud. Damn, what fell? Oh my god, my perfume fell. That was loud. Damn. But But Messi did not have a good Champions League. He did not have a good Champions League run at all. They lost. Who they lose to? They lost against Bayern Munich. Listen, bro. The reason I was a PSG fan was because of Messi and Neymar, obviously. When I was watching that Bayern Munich game, bro, it was so bad. It was genuinely so bad. Like how when Mbappe came in, boom, they started just destroying. But Messi had an average. He had a pretty average Champions League season, but obviously didn't even reach more than the round of 16, where PSG has literally gone out in both the seasons they've been there. So there's that. That's the only thing. That's one thing that kills the season. He lost in the French Cup and the round of 16. So it's an accolade he will never win unless he randomly just goes back to a French team who's gonna win it. And of course PSG almost lost. They almost lost League 1. I'll just say League 1, the French league, because I think I'm saying it wrong. It's like free League 1, League 2. I don't know, I can't speak French. But yeah, they almost did lose the season, which is why Kylian Mbappe is also really low on this list too, because there's only two PSG players. Messi also scored 2 in the final, but the thing is, the World Cup is really gonna be. I don't know if the Leagues Cup technically counts because he was stellar. I think he scored 7 goals, and I think it was seven or 8 goals in this. Oh shit! I'm not gonna check. But he won Leagues Cup with Inter Miami, the first ever trophy, for the club. Damn, I'm not really saying this. I genuinely feel like Messi's gonna win. He had such a good World Cup year, and of course, this journalists, coaches, and national team players. He was 35 at the World Cup, bro, and he was still making every player like nothing, bro. Like the pass he did to Nahuel Molina against Netherlands, bro. That's a once in a lifetime pass, bro. I've never seen something so crazy like that. Not even like a through ball or anything. It was a through ball, but it was so simple. I didn't even notice it at first that he megged Nathan Ake. Was it Nathan Ake? I think it was Nathan Ake. Of course, penalty merchant, blah 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 blah. Most of the penalties were given because they were given, especially the one I can think. I can obviously think was the one against Angel Di Maria in the World Cup final. Dembele really said, "Pew," and that's a penalty. But Messi put his heart out. He played so well in the World Cup. Damn. I'm not really saying out loud. Erling Haaland had a better season statistically, but no international play. Messi had a good international play, but of course he won 2 trophies with club and 1 trophy with country, and of course he did win the IFFHS award. It was damn. Now that I'm really tired, I'm actually explaining this. Haaland has the numbers, but Messi has the accolades. And at this age, Messi's 35, bro. Haaland having this stellar season. He's 22, and he's technically still growing, I think, because of what he eats. But Messi's 35, 36 now, and he was still destroying teams like it was nothing. Especially, bro, like that play against Guardiola, bro, to pass and assist Julian Alvarez, bro. That was like, I remember I came back into I went to go get my sister from the bus. I remember I ran back inside as quickly as I could, and I saw that play go on, and I was like, oh no, oh goal. Obviously it was 3-0 by that time, but still, like, Messi as a captain helped them win. But the thing is, seriously speaking, Messi has the accolades. He has decent numbers. Obviously it's not his best season, but he's 35, bro. He is 35, or he was 35 when this happened. And people are going to favor that. Like, a 35-year-old Messi's crazy. Of course, like, even Ronaldo at his age, like, I'm going to put in the Ronaldo thing. Ronaldo's still performing at his age. Maybe not as consistently, but he's still putting all the effort he can. But Haaland, if he did have a thing with Norway, he probably would win it. But Norway, he didn't even help them qualify. Messi won a World Cup gold. He won the Golden Ball, but he was the best player in the tournament. He had second top goal. He was a second in top goal scorer. The Champions League, of course, Messi did not have a good season there. He put up pretty decent numbers. I think he scored like 5 or 6 this season. Of course, no French Cup. Did really bad in that, but he did win. He did win the French League, of course, like domination by PSG. But he did win that. It doesn't matter. That's still an accolade, and he had pretty decent numbers in that too. He scored that free kick. Who actually like ultimately, because he was so bad at the end of the season. That's a reason that why Messi could also lose, because they played so bad at the end. Him and Mbappe. I mean, like their chances. Like the team played really bad. I think they lost on the last day, and they tied so many games. They tied like the last few games. Lost, and then Messi scored that one free kick at the last brink of death. And then I feel like that's definitely the reason why PSG won it. So Messi. So let me say this again. Haaland has the accolades. He has the prowess. Messi had the age. He had the individual accolades. He had the push, and as captain with the national team and for his club and country, he did splendid. He did amazing. So of course his season's statistics, like the goals and the assists. No, way more goals. Way less goals, but decent amount of I think he hit way more assists than Haaland. So that everyone's gonna be like Messi, especially at the age. Like Haaland is 22. He could easily have another season like this next season. And I think it's Euro qualification now. They just started Euro qualification right now. I wonder how that's gonna go. But listen, if he has a really good season now, and then qualifies with Norway for the Euros, he's gonna win it. He has to win it next season. But this time, I think it's definitely Messi, especially at last hurrah at his age. I don't think I'm making sense. I feel like I'm losing this argument. Like, I'll be honest, but it's like 22 versus 35. A playmaker versus a goal scorer. Of course, ironically, Messi just scores a lot of goals, but bro, it's nothing comparable. So yeah, thanks for watching. That's why I think Messi's gonna win it. Just, if anything, it's not even gonna be Robert, because it's always on a World Cup year. Like, who does good in the World Cup? Of course, I don't know who won in 2014. I think it was Ronaldo won in 2014. Oh, was it 2010? I can't remember. I think it was 2014, which really made no sense, bro, because he had a horrible World Cup year. If I remember, he got grouped. He got grouped by the U.S., bro. By the U.S. I know the U.S. had a pretty solid team at the time, but seriously, man, like, who's third? Who could be third? I think Mbappe could easily be third, bro. Either Mbappe or KDB. But thing is, yeah, bro, it is what it is. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave your little updates or whatever, the debates in the comments below. But even as a Messi fan, like, Messi had this good season at his age is just so crazy to see. But if he doesn't win it, I'll be honestly say like Haaland also deserved it too. But there's no international play, so like it's just kind of like he did really good for club and country. But of course, the World Cup it's always favored for the World Cup winners. And yeah, I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Peace.